yeah, Jessie is not available. At the moment, so I'm going to be streaming some Phoenix Wright, so we can get the end of whichever case it is we're working on. Where'd I put the controller? I'd lose my head if it wasn't screwed on. So yeah. Just load the game up, and I've got tea. I need to put my jumper on in a minute. But for now, oh, thanks for the host, OP, and welcome to anyone that's here. Oh, I need some volume. Okay. My controller is... Not my controller, my TV remote is so irritating. It doesn't always... It's not the batteries, it's like the sensor is gone. There we go. So, it's really hard to figure out what it's doing. So... Hi. Yeah, we're going to continue with episode 4, Turnabout Goodbyes. We're going into day 3 investigation by the looks of it. We just had the trial day and got all kinds of evidence, and then the boatman disappeared. We need to figure out who the boatman is, though I think I know who it is. Okay, I know who it is because I've played this before and I remembered when they brought the thing up, so, you know, but we'll find out who he is. We'll do some investigation. So, it's now December 27th, it's 2:11 PM, Wright & Co. or law offices. I might put my jumper on a bit, but sit down with Callie, so I will suffer for a little bit. So she doesn't start yelling on stream. What was Mr. Edgeworth talking about? A memory of a crime that I committed. A memory of murder. Do you really think Mr. Edgeworth killed? She knows. I don't believe it. Not Edgeworth. Some painful memories have been troubling him recently. But he'd never take someone's life. Never. Nick. Yo! How's everyone doing? Why do you think of my performance today? I had him swooning in the aisles, huh, Maya? Swooning? Me? Oh yes. I do remember feeling faint. Right on! Tell me the truth like it was love at first sight, right? Right, Nick? Huh? Me? Well, maybe my heart skipped a beat or two? I think you can do better than that. Come on! I saved Edgeworth in there, dude! Edgy! You guys should be bowing before me! Yeah, bow before your hero! Larry, you really helped out in the trial today. You did. If you weren't there, Larry, I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth would have been found guilty. But seriously, Nick, that boat shop caretaker guy is pretty suspicious. But Edgy ain't off the hook yet. You'd spoil the mood, Larry. Hey, I'm just a guy sitting in the audience, you know? But from where I was sitting, Edgy seemed pretty edgy. I mean, can you really know he's telling the truth about that night? Nick? I don't know. But what I do know is I'm going to believe in you two until the end. Us two? Edgeworth and who else? You mean me, right? Nah, he means me, right, Nick? Yeah, you, Larry. Not me? But, why you, Larry? Hi, Paul. Huh? Actually, yeah, why me, Nick? Enough with the silent treatment. Okay. Nick, why do you trust Mr. Edgeworth so much? I mean, he's changed recently too. But when we first met, he was kind of a jerk, don't you think? You didn't know him back then. Back when he wanted to become a defense attorney. Wait, was that when you two were classmates? Yes, in grade school. They saved me, Miles and Larry. They saved me and I'll never forget it. That's why I became a defense attorney, you know? What? Hey, Larry, what's he talking about? Huh? Oh, sorry, I kind of forgot. Okay, Nick, out with it. I'm going to hear the story today, and that's final. Okay. It's kind of a long story, so hang in there. It was the very end of 3rd grade. I was on trial. A class trial. A class trial? You remember, Larry? Spring, end of 3rd grade? The kid in our class got his lunch money stolen. Joe is tired and Callie is currently sitting very peacefully down here. And will hopefully not start yowling again because I don't think I can take any more yowling. A kid in our class got his lunch money stolen. How's Paul? Lunch money? Our school was really small. Every month kids would bring in an envelope with money for lunch from home. I see. Anyway, this kid's envelope disappeared, with $38 still inside. Oh yeah, now that you mention it, I do remember that. I can see why you'd forget though. You were out of school that day. Anyway, the envelope had been stolen during PE class. I was coming down with a cold, so I'd skip PE that day. I was the only one not in class. So they thought you did it. Yeah, kids in class should be put on trial. Trial? So the next day we held a classroom trial with me as the defendant. I didn't do it. Guilty! He did it. Guilty! It was you. Thief! Give the money back. You're such a meanie. No one play with him. Just admit you did it. You can't hide the truth. I'm not going to play with you anymore. Yeah, no more borrowing my eraser. Should be allowed the relay race on the library committee. Give me back my 50 cents. Hey, did you drop that back that day? Now, Phoenix, you know that you shouldn't steal people's money. It's not right. In the end, even the teacher thought I'd done it. Go over and apologise, Phoenix. I didn't know what was happening. I was so sad I couldn't stop crying. Everyone was staring at me like I'd done it. I tried to apologise. I went to where the boy whose money had been stolen was sitting. That's when it happened. Objection! He shouldn't have to apologise. The only thing that belongs in a trial is evidence. Anything else has no place. You should all be ashamed, amateurs. Miles? It wasn't you that stole my money, was it? Then you shouldn't apologise. Everyone's been shouting you did it, but no one has any proof. That is why, Your Honour, this boy is innocent. But Miles, it was your money that was stolen. Yeah, he did it. He's the one. We don't need proof. Make him say he's sorry. Why don't you all just shut up? This is always how it is. Everybody ganging up and picking on one person. Just think how he feels. He said he didn't do it, so he didn't do it. Very well. I will replace the money myself. This class trial is over. That's how it happened. After that, the three of us were the best of friends. Wow, I had no idea. Yeah, I had no idea either. I mean, I forgot. That's when I learned what it meant to be alone. Totally alone without a friend in the world. You did a good thing, Larry. Yeah, well, I was just lucky that I took the day off from school. If I'd been there, they would have thought I'd done it. So I took it kind of personal, you see. When something smells, it's usually the butts. Anyway, Edgeworth and I talked after that class trial. That's when I heard his father was a defence attorney. I remember his eyes would shine when he talked about his father. I'm going to become a defence attorney just like my father. A famous defence attorney. Yeah. Kelly cans. And a few months later he suddenly transferred to another school. The DL6 incident. Right. I'm not sure. The transfer probably had to do with his father's death. That's so sad. It was several years later when I heard Edgeworth's name again. There was an article about him in the newspaper. The headline was something like, "Dark Suspicions of a Demon Attorney. Fabricating evidence, manipulating testimonies, covering up facts." The article said he'd do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. But why? What happened? I mean, that's not the Edgy I used to know at all. That's what I thought too. Tried to get in touch with him I don't know how many times. He never replied. I guess he didn't want to see his old friends. I couldn't just drop it though. I wanted to meet him, to learn why he had become who he became. That's when I decided. Wait, you don't mean that's why? That's why you became a defence attorney? To meet Edgeworth? OTP. Phoenix and Edgy. If I was a defence attorney, I knew he'd have to meet me whether he wanted to or not. You okay, that's reading? Yeah. In court. Edgeworth believed in me and I believe in him. He's in pain and no one's on his side. I'm the one who knows the real Edgeworth and the only one who can help him. Whoa, Nick! So is that why you helped me out for free? Yeah. I helped you because I believed in you. Except I don't remember saying I'd do it for free. Oh, Nick! 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 We have to save Mr. Edgeworth. It's the last thing we do, okay? Right. It very well might be. First, there's that rental boat shop caretaker. We need to find out who or what he is. I'd settle for who. I guess I can clean out some of this evidence I no longer need. Okay, let's go. Okay. So yeah, how is everyone today? December 27th, Detention Center, Visitor's Room. You look as grim as always. Mr. Edgeworth, I heard the story about the class trial. Class trial? What do you mean? You don't remember? No, I don't. Your lunch money was stolen, wasn't it, in 3rd grade? Lunch money? Oh, right. Yes, I seem to remember something like that. I think you're the only one who really remembers. Well, it probably only really mattered to me, anyway. Mr. Edgeworth, didn't you know? That trial was the reason Nick became a defence attorney. Ridiculous. Gee, thanks. That said, it does sound like the kind of thing you'd do. You haven't changed a bit, have you, Wright? So simple, to a fault, even. Well, maybe yeah, but I think you changed too much, Edgeworth. Perhaps. Hey, Edgeworth, why did you become a prosecutor anyway? I used to look up to your dad. You said you wanted to be a defence attorney, right? I couldn't let myself deny reality like you. What do you mean? My father was taken from me and you wanted me to defend criminals. I'm sorry, Wright, but I'm not that good of a person. Suspect was apprehended in your father's murder, right? Yes, the man trapped in the elevator with my father. His name was Yanni Yogi. He had to be the shooter any way you look at it. Yet he was found innocent. The defence attorney got him off the hook. That would be Robert Hammond. Yeah. On that day, 15 years ago, the 3 of us were trapped in that elevator for 5 hours. We were rescued and we all suffered oxygen deprivation. I had lost all memory of the murder. Lost your memory? Even now I can't recall what happened in that elevator. It was the crux of Yogi's attorney's argument in court. Claimed Yanni Yogi had not been in sound mind due to oxygen deprivation. Yogi was released due to a lack of evidence. Innocent. That's when I changed my mind. Started to hate defence attorneys. What's your relationship with Von Karma? He's my teacher and a man who deserves respect. I learned everything I know of courtroom techniques from him. He's like my sister was to you, Nick. He is a perfectionist in all things. Court in his personal life, he's obsessed with doing everything perfectly. Perfectly, huh? In all the cases he has taken on, none were left unsolved. I don't know. He's sliding. Yes. Sliding. He's gonna scale at me. Yeah. Not one suspect was declared innocent, ever. I know. It's possible some of the suspects were indeed innocent. However, it is impossible for us to accurately determine that in every case. All Von Karma does is his job to find the suspect guilty perfectly. In any case, it's nigh well impossible to find a weakness in him. Should a weakness appear, he will do everything in his power to make it go away. I do apologise. Yawns. Edgeworth? Same is true, you're headed for a guilty sentence tomorrow. He's right. Now's no time to praise the enemy, Miss Edgeworth. It's a strange situation in which I find myself, I'll admit. No kidding. Nick! Oh, it's a fresh his father, don't show him that. It was that case that changed my life. Tomorrow, on December 28th, the statute of limitations runs out. Tomorrow. Could that be a coincidence? But, even if the case is finally closed on paper, it will never be erased from my memory. Never. I was impressed by you touching the child today. Granted you at the end of your rope, but still. Nick, you noticed. Anyway. Now, don't be harsh. So if I come back later... It's nothing new. Okay. Let's go see, what's his face? Police department. Looks like Detective Gumshoe hasn't gotten back yet. Gumshoe, he won't be coming back today. Oh, really? He said there was some guy yet to arrest by tomorrow. The boat shop caretaker. He shouted something about catching him if it's the last thing I do, pal. Good luck, Gumshoe. Okay, let's see what this dude's looking at today. Himself, please think about protecting. Don't take my tummy away from me. No. He must be doing image training for a nasty divorce argument. Okay. Lake Park entrance. Hey, pal! Long time no see. Hey, Detective Gumshoe. Close one today, eh? I got so worked up I snapped my tie now. Sorry about that. No problem, pal. Thanks to you, we now know who really did it. Boat shop caretaker. Look, I'll make you a promise. I'll have that scoundrel in my custody by trial time tomorrow. Come what may. It's my duty to you as a police officer. Now I'm off to catch me a criminal. Criminal, eh, Callie? Detective Gumshoe sure is active today. Oh, one other thing. Eek. No one can go into the woods today. We sure have a big surprise. It's today the day the teddy bears have their picnic. The woods? I thought it was camping. The woods are off limits to camping, and apparently Park Ranger found out. He got pretty mad. No one could go in for a while. I guess Lotta's in a lot of trouble. Anyway, I'll be seeing you tomorrow. If you go into the woods today, you're sure of a big surprise. Today's the day the teddy bears have their picnic. Okay, go to the beach. Steel eyesore is missing. Eyesore? Looks like the hot dog stand is closed too. I guess Larry's too busy worrying about Mr. Edgeworth to show up for work. Today off. We do owe him big. I don't think I need to look at that anymore. Boat rental. The old caretaker got away. Yeah. I never imagined he might be the real murderer. I'd know that clearing of the throat anywhere. Oh, hey, hello. What might you be doing here? Out for a walk? Oh, the days of my youth, like the scent of fresh lemon, you see. Mr. Kreuzberg. This is no time for idle reminiscing. Mr. Edgeworth's trial ends tomorrow. Yeah, that is true, yes. But from what I saw of today's trial, Edgeworth should be fine, right? Well, I'm not so sure about that. Hey, what do you mean by that? Well, I'm not sure. If you find anything out, come by my office at once. I may be able to offer you some assistance. Thanks. Bye. What do you think Mr. Kreuzberg was doing here anyway? Who knows? Okay. around. You don't seem like a bad person. You know, do bad people always look like bad people? Well, that's a philosophical question, isn't it? Okay. Can we go in? Yes, we can. Good. Caretaker shack. Nobody's home. Hello? Hello? Squawk! Hey, it's Polly! I wonder where your owner's gone, Polly. Hello? Hello? Squawk! Can't believe he'd run off and leave his poor parrot to fend for herself. Hello? Hello? Squawk! Okay. Look in the safe. Polly here knows the number to the safe, right? Yeah, that's right. Polly, what's the number to the safe? 1228. Squawk! Let's open it, Nick. Come on. I'm sure there isn't any money in there. I'm also sure you probably need a search warrant for that. Otherwise it's illegal, but... Oh, but hey. He keeps it locked, right? So there must be something about in there. Oh, I'm not so sure. Okay, Nick, let's see what's in there. I guess there might be a clue or something. Sorry, she's being adorable. She's always adorable when she's not yowling at me at 4 in the morning. She doesn't like going to the vet. She knows she's got a vet appointment on Tuesday. The only thing in here is a letter. A letter? Oh, boring. There's no name or signature on this thing. It's handwritten in very precise, clear letters. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Edgeworth? Nick, why would Mr. Edgeworth's name be on here? How should I know? I'm going to read the whole thing. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. It also says this is your last chance. Now is the time to get revenge on the 2 men who ruined your life. The rest of the letter goes on to describe the murder plot in detail. How to kill Robert Hammond and frame Edgeworth, pulling Edgeworth out of the lake, getting on the boat, firing twice. This is exactly what I figured out today in court. It's all here in perfect detail. What do you think it means, Nick? I don't know, but it looks like these are instructions for that caretaker. When he killed Robert Hammond and called out Edgeworth, he was following instructions. But who could have written that letter? What does it mean to get revenge on Miles Edgeworth? Look, I don't know, okay? But one thing's for certain. This letter is an amazing clue. It's a shame it was obtained illegally. Showing a pink princess specials. Yeah. Yeah, let's not go sneaking. It's cold. Let's need to run. I've been back since the trial. Maybe I should take care of Polly. Probably shouldn't just kidnap her. The police know about her anyway. I'm sure they'll do something. Well, okay. Sorry, Polly. This is I can't take it. Great, now the bird's gonna hate me. Move back. Move back. Move. Tension's see this letter? This came out of the safe in the shack where that boat rental caretaker lives. I see. Revenge on me? Who is that old guy anyway? I don't know. Could you be an innocent defendant who got declared guilty or something? Nice, right, but I don't remember that old man. Not at all. So, he was following this letter then? Which means there was someone else behind it. Now is the time to get revenge on the two men who ruined your life. Two men, meaning myself and Robert Hammond. It also says this is your last chance. Last chance. Wait, maybe he's talking about the statute of limitations on the DL6 incident. Wait, that old man. What is it? Do you know who he is? Yogi. Could he be Yogi? Yogi? The suspect in the DL6 incident, the one who was found innocent. Which we'd already figured out that it was Yanni Yogi, so there we go. Yanni Yogi was a court bailiff at the time. We just happened to be in the elevator together 15 years ago. The quake was incredibly strong. Before I knew it, everything was dark. There for so long, it felt like forever. The air thin, but the darkness closed in on us in a little walk. We became unsettled. Help, I can't breathe. Quiet, I said quiet, you're not making this any easier. I want to get out. Help us out. Don't shout, you'll just use up more oxygen. Don't like this. That's all I remember. When I came to, I was in a hospital bed staring up at the ceiling. In court, Yanni's here. Excuse me. In court, Yanni Yogi's mental condition was called into question. They claimed the oxygen deprivation and stress caused temporary insanity. In the end, the claim passed the court. Yogi was found innocent. That's strange. This letter tells him to get revenge on Edgewood. Why would he want to take revenge on you? Right. Yeah? There's something that's been troubling me these last few days. I didn't know whether or not I should tell you. You mean the nightmare? It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I committed. A crime you committed. A memory of a murder. I think the time has come to tell all. Hi everyone. How you all doing? On this fine Sunday. Let's check which day it was. For the last 15 years I've had the same dream almost every night. I wake up in a fearful sweat every time. What kind of dream? It's a dream about my father's killing, in the dark. Oh, I can't breathe. Quiet. I said quiet, you're not making this any easier. I want to get out. Help, get us out. Don't shout, you just use it more oxygen. Your remote is out of battery. Oh dear. That's not good, Dan. Also, hi Dan. My remote is not out of battery, but the sensor doesn't always work. Which annoys me. Which is weird. Stop breathing my air! No, Father. He's attacking Father. Then I see the pistol lying by my feet. I don't know if it was evidence from that day in court or the bailiff's. In days I pick up the pistol. Get away! Get away from my father! Bang. With that scream, I wake. It's a bone-chilling scream. A scream that has rung in my ears for the past 15 years. But that's just a dream. You can't turn the volume up, so speak loud. Dan, get new batteries. That's just a dream, right? That thought is the only thing that's kept me sane for the last 15 years. But what if I'm wrong? What if it's real? They say that sometimes people shut out memories in self-defense. Maybe it was I who killed my father. What? If you think about it that way, this letter makes sense. It's revenge on Miles Edgeworth? Think about it. Yogi was really innocent. That's why he wanted revenge against me. Wait, Edgeworth, you mean? It was me. I was the true criminal of DL6. I shot my father. This is bad. What are we going to do, Nick? What can we do? I don't know. I don't think there's anything we can do. Like it or not. If there's someone else who knows a lot about the DL6 incident, maybe. I can't shout. It'll max out the volume thingy. Is there not a button? You not press a button to turn the volume up? There is, Nick. There is someone else who knows about DL6. Okay. Go back to the offices then, I guess. One day left, Nick. Yeah, I know. Well, no time to waste. Let's get going. Right, actually, move. Grossberg. He said come. Mr. Grossberg! Ah, hello there. What's wrong? You look troubled. No kidding. I can't believe you're not. My. Just calm down and tell me what's happened. It's Mr. Edgeworth. I see. So Edgeworth dreamt he shot his own father? It's only a dream. Only a dream. I wonder. What? If that's the case, then why do you two look so troubled? Well... Also, consider this. Yogi quite certainly holds a deep grudge against Miles Edgeworth. So deep he'd want to frame him for murder. This leads me to surmise that Mr. Edgeworth's dream was not a dream, it was real. As you imagined. Miles Edgeworth threw the pistol to save his father. The pistol fired, the deed was done. No, don't believe it. Yogi was suspected of murder and his career as a bailiff was irrevocably wrecked. Thus he sought revenge on Miles Edgeworth. This was his last chance, of course, with the statute of limitations so close. Why would that matter? What do you know about Edgeworth's father? He was a defense attorney without a peer. It sounds trite, but it's true. Well, he may have had one peer now that I think about it. Your mentor, the FA. My sister? Gregory Edgeworth was very disapproving of Mr. Von Karma's techniques. That's no surprise. Von Karma is an extreme man, forged testimonies and evidence of nothing to him. The result? He has a perfect win record in court. To beat him, Gregory Edgeworth tried to call attention to his methods. And lost. And died in despair, as it were. I see. When Gregory Edgeworth was killed, the police called on a spirit medium. That was your mother, Misty Fay. I am Gregory Edgeworth. I have been killed. The one who shot me was the bailiff, Yanni Yogi. Yet Yogi was found innocent. That's when my mother left us. Everyone called her a fraud. That's right, everyone thought she was, you see. Yet, now that I think about it, it seems the one who lied was Gregory Edgeworth's ghost. Gregory Edgeworth must have known who shot him. I don't believe it. So you're saying he falsified his testimony? That Edgeworth's dad lied to protect his son? It's only a possibility, mind you, but a possibility nonetheless. Okay. Oh ho! So this is the letter. It does seem that Yogi was following this letter. When he killed Hammond. Why kill Robert Hammond? Okay, that works better. I'm not shouting. I'll use up all my voice. Also, hi Milo. Callie says meow. She's got fluff on her. Oh, she's one big ball of fluff, aren't you? A big ball of fluff. Yes. Oh no. How are you doing aside from lack of remote batteries? Damn. You can't watch the snooker, so we'll put the snooker on the TV and me on the iPad. You don't need volume to watch the snooker, right? Hammond was a skilled defense attorney, but he defended clients not for their sake, but for his own. His own sake? He never trusted his clients, that one. The only thing he trusted was his own ability. But he got his client found innocent, so why should it matter? Actually, my dear, it's quite different. He won that innocent verdict for no one but himself. Yogi was a free man, but socially he was ruined. You have dog, good. Itch on the side of my nose, it's annoying me. You'll understand soon enough. Wait, what is it? This letter. I've seen this handwriting somewhere before, a long time ago. Whose handwriting was this? Do you have any idea who wrote this? Could it be Manfred von Karma? Von Karma? Why would he have something to do with this? Well, I'm not sure. Von Karma, Wait, you're right, my boy! Excuse me. He's about to fall off the sofa. This is Von Karma's handwriting, I'm sure of it. I used to see it all the time on court reports. What? But that means... the one who told Mr. Yogi to kill was... correct, Manfred von Karma himself. What does this mean, then? Why would von Karma want to frame Edgeworth? Gregory Edgeworth. He was a gifted man. His death was truly a loss. I wonder what would have become of von Karma were he alive. This incident took place 15 years ago tomorrow. So tomorrow we'll see the completion of not one but 2 trials. All thanks to the statute of limitations. However, I'm afraid the damage the DL6 incident has done will never be eased. Of course, there's no statute of limitations on murder. That's the whole point, isn't it? Sorry. Ah, She was a beautiful woman. I'm truly sorry about what I did. Huh? Sorry about what? I think I'll stay out of this one. Okay. Right. Any more talk points? Aha! If it truly was Von Karma who wrote this letter, then he would know the truth. He would know that Miles Edgeworth had accidentally killed his own father. I'm just gonna have a bit of tea. Just trying to stop Callie from falling off the sofa with the other hand. He'll say as much tomorrow in court, I should think. They'll press the point until the court files Miles Edgeworth guilty. Oh, no. How could Von Karma know about Miss Edgeworth's past like that? Even Mr. Edgeworth thought it was just a nightmare. That I do not know. Yet I do know that Von Karma is both persistent and a perfectionist. He may be seeking to satisfy a grudge against Gregory Edgeworth by hurting his son. What do you mean? It was 15 years ago. There we go. Are we coming back on the sofa now? There we go. You're going to fall off now. Because you were spreading out. Your bum fell off, didn't it? Yeah. You're a very long cat. Yes. Von Karma met Gregory Edgeworth in court, and Von Karma did win. But he didn't make it through the trial unscarred. There we go. What happened in the trial between Edgeworth's dad and Von Karma? Von Karma got the guilty verdict he wanted, he won the trial. But Gregory Edgeworth accused Von Karma of faulty evidence. Though he lost the trial, Mr. Edgeworth's accusation stood. Faulty evidence? It was the only penalty Von Karma has ever received in his career as a prosecutor. Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record. Ah! Sorry. It's because I'm stroking Callie the cat, just flying up around my nose. There we go. Sorry. Wow. It must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see. A vacation? Yes, an unusual event for the man. It was the first and last vacation he's taken in many years of prosecution. Really? He doesn't take vacations? Like, go to the sea or go to the mountains? Don't tell me he's never been to Europe. Strange ideas about vacations. You just rescanned yourself on TA. How much TA did you get? Because I got like 5k since whenever it was I last refreshed my page. In any case, that was the only time he took a vacation from work. I believe the penalty upset him quite a lot. He went up another 10k, jeez. Let me have a look. So, I'm on 640. I don't think I'd have gone up that much. I was in 635 this morning and I got a few achievements. But I don't think my... how many achievements it was, so I'm just... trying to... oh, the site's gone slow again. Yeah, I got 139 TA points today in achievements, and I've gone up another 1k from, like, an hour ago, so... But, I mean, you've got more gamer score than I do, don't you? Don't you, Dan? So... or you've played more of the popular games. If I'd played, like, GTA, I'm sure my TA score would have gone up more. believe the penalty upset him. Odd, if you wanted to keep a perfect record so badly, why would it take such a long vacation? What do we do, Nick? Karma is going to bring up DL6, you can bet on it. What if Mr. Edgeworth pleads guilty to DL6? I won't let him. I mean, I've got some decently tough completions. Completion percentage isn't that bad. I just haven't played as many games. Yes, Mr. Wright. I hate to say this, but even accidental murder is murder, you know. I know that. I just believe in Edgeworth's innocence. I can't believe he'd kill someone. Nick, Mr. Edgeworth admits it himself. His father must have lied to protect him from beyond the grave. I don't care. I know he's not guilty. Mr. Wright. If you say so, I suppose I could go check again. Police files might hold something of interest. Mr. Grossberg, thank you. I can't promise anything. In fact, I think the chances of finding something are slim. I understand. These materials. Bad. So, we should go to his department. So you've had 17k TA boost. It's a shame you're not still in the G-Task. I imagine this week in G-Task is going to be a bit of a weird nightmare for people. There's hardly anyone here. Everyone must be out looking for the old guy, Yogi. Ah, it's you. I don't think Gumshoe will be coming back today. He's staying out late looking for someone. Sounds like Inspector Gumshoe is pounding the pavement for real. We wonder if we could check out the records room again. Well, no, I can't have just anyone wandering around in there. But I guess Mr. Von Karma is in there now anyway. You can go in as long as he's in there. Von Karma? Yes, he just arrived, actually. Von Karma's in the records room. Nick, let's hurry! I mean, are you planning on completing everything you own? What would your overall completion your ratio end up as if you 100%ed everything? I don't think I have a golden anything. Well, I don't know what golden means really, particularly. I suppose I've got gold in community events, site rank, friends registration, that sort of thing, but it's just yellow. Is that the same thing? My ratio is 155, 165, 155. Not really first. But yes, you have like twice as much as me. Oh no, okay. You've got another 100k on me, but yeah, your ratio is pretty damn good, isn't it? Where is it? Yes, okay. You've got a really good ratio. Oh, irrelevant because you won't. Now I'm going to have a look what your completion percentage is. Wow, but you've got like a 91% completion percentage, so that's pretty good. And a good carrot as well. Carrot was what I was working on last year. Ah, I see. Yeah, golds are good. Records room. Dusty as always. You were only here just yesterday. I'm sure they haven't had time to clean. What's wrong, Nick? Oh, it used to be 97.5 before UHH. Yeah. My problem with UHH was generally that I didn't have enough games uncompleted because I was trying not to buy too much on games, so I had to add a whole bunch. Yeah, the only number I really care about is, you know what, it's not really a number I particularly care about. I like my completion percentage. I like my completed games over played games. Not that they do that as a percentage. And I like my gamer score. But the rest of the numbers, they're just numbers. Oh, and my rank in my point and click reward. Just noticing that he isn't here. On karma. Okay, I just heard yowling, but it wasn't Callie because she's here. I'm not yowling. One of the drawers here is open. Someone must have been looking into it recently. The label says unsolved cases evidence. Oh, someone's having a weird conversation. Unsolved cases. Nick! The file for DL6 is completely empty. What? What are you doing in here? Nick! Von Karma! You. How do you know my name? Huh? Have we met? What are you saying? We see each other every day, don't we? The Q Sports. Oh, what, like snooker? Cool. Impressive. With Miles Edgeworth's defense team. Defense team? Ahem. I beg your pardon, you see, I rarely remember defense attorneys. They are like bugs to me, needless things to be crushed. I can see how this guy was Edgeworth's mentor. Mr. Edgeworth is your student, right? A romanticist who still can't shed that veneer of amateurism. Just like his father. Always second rate. Mr. Von Karma. You had an axe to grind with Mr. Gregory Edgeworth, didn't you? Me? A grudge against a mere defense attorney? Why? Because he dealt a blow to your otherwise perfect trial record. You did, but what I don't get is... why did you take his son to your wing afterwards? The son of your most bitter rival. That, my dear attorney, is none of your business. Tomorrow will be the last day of this trial. It's been a while since I've had a defense attorney last this long. Still, you will lose in the end. Miles Edgeworth will admit his own guilt. His guilt of 15 years ago, you mean? You're quite the researcher. If you've done your homework so well, then certainly you must understand. You know what Miles Edgeworth will tell the court tomorrow. Ah! Lord of the Bays. All hail the Lord of the Bays. That's cool. Yeah, I'm trying to creep up on 20th overall in the world on point and clicks. I'm number 3 in England. Trouble is, the region stacks and the discontinued, delisted Telltale games and Windows Phone and, you know, Windows 8 and all that kind of crap. So there's like a good dozen and a half that I can't actually play. But, you know, I'll try and play what I can. I may have to do a marathon playthrough of Telltale's Walking Dead. So I've got the complete collection now because it was on sale for like half price whenever sale it was, and I was like, right, yeah. For the 5th time I've played this game, I'll pay about half price. Not that I resent giving money to game companies, but you know, when it's a stack on a stack on a stack, and something I wasn't going to play straight away. yeah, I might do a full playthrough just to say goodbye to Clementine, because I didn't play the final season on stream. Which is probably a good thing, so bawling my eyes out at the end. It'd be nice to do a full playthrough, maybe after I finished Phoenix, as my sort of long-standing game. Don't know whether I'll go back to Control on Thursday. Because I got stuck on that bit. Because I kept falling off platforms, which was so incredibly annoying. Yeah. Also got that I've got a couple of promo games still to do. We shall have to see how much brain power I've got. Might do some more of this on Tuesday and then take it from there. But anyway, we were right. So from Karma is going to bring up DL6 and call tomorrow. Okay. You didn't play the final season, you didn't look into that. It has collectibles, which, yeah, they're missable. Could ask him about the letter. Yeah, so, I mean, you can obviously replay. It's not massively long. It depends. You might want to get like a spoiler-free guide, so you can see where the collectibles are without spoiling the story. Or you can play it through twice and just play it through normally, and then replay it to just do collectibles, so you can skip through all the dialogue and stuff. I can't remember whether I used a spoiler-free guide or... don't know. I can't remember. But I don't think the collection has any of the missables. I think it's just completing all the chapters, so that should make it quite nice, relaxing playthrough. Plus it has voices, so it'll maybe be like a chillax stream. Yeah. But unlike Life is Strange, it doesn't have like a collectible replay thing. You have to replay like the entire episode, because you have to place them somewhere. I think you get an achievement for placing them. Whereas Life is Strange, you can replay segments of each episode just to get the collectible. I think that's right. But anyway, yeah. Just use a spoiler-free guide for the collectibles. They're not, I don't think... Yeah, okay, some of them are a little bit obscure. I think I missed some. I think I was sort of half playing it through with a spoiler-free guide and half not. Because in the end I just wanted to complete the story. I was like, oh my god, I need to know what happens. But yeah. But you'll have to complete it before I do my full playthrough, otherwise you'll get spoiled. I figured at this point it's been long enough that everyone that wants to will have completed the finale by the time I get to it. Bearing in mind I'm still only on episode 4 of the first game, and there's 3 games in this game. Each with 5 episodes, and I'm doing narration, pausing to talk to everybody, so yeah. Mr. Von Karma, have a look at this. This was you, wasn't it? You instructed Yanni Yogi to commit murder. Yanni Yogi? How many years has it been since I've heard him called by that name? Yes, low stress gaming with a dog on your knee. I don't know how sensibly priced it is. You could always stick a tracker on the price page. That's what I tend to do for stuff that I want. Then it bleeps at me. But yeah. How many years has it been since I've called him by that name? He's a fool. I told him to burn it after he read it. So you admit it? You wrote Mr. Yogi this letter? Yes, my dear defense attorney. Thank you for taking the trouble to bring it to me. No, do not steal my letter! I shouldn't have shown it to you! Sorry, Callie, I didn't mean to... Oh, ow! Get your claw out of me. I know I startled you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Ow. You've saved me from a lot of needless hassle. What? Nick! What is that thing? That's a stun gun for self-defense, usually. Indeed. 600,000 volts will course through your body like a dog touching an electric fence. 600,000... Oh, don't worry. People don't die from it, usually. Now, give me the letter. No. No! Whoa. What are you? Nick, run! Oops. It's okay, Callie. Maya saved us, because she's awesome, and if you keep on wiggling like that, you can fall off the sofa again. She's sort of hanging over the edge like this, and her bottom half is dangling off. Maya! Out of my way. What? Oh, crap. Oh, dear. But at least we showed Grossberg and thingy first. Oh, he got us. The letter's gone, of course. And he took the deal. 6 evidence. All of it. Back to having no clues. Wait. Maya jumped first. Maya! Is she okay? Maya? I also want to do Wolf Among Us. His head's not hanging. Her head's not hanging off the sofa. It's sort of like her legs and tail, or one leg and tail. Wolf Among Us. I think I have the Windows 10 version. Yeah, I've done that in bed before. Rolled over and nearly fallen out. Generally, when I'm at my parents, because I have a single bed in that room. Yeah, I think I have the Win 10 version of Wolf Among Us. When we get a date for season 2, I'll play that one as well. I think that was one of the ones that wasn't delisted for some reason. I managed to get it. I know I got the 2 Batmans. Never managed to get the Walking Deads or Borderlands or Minecraft, so I'm hoping at some point, like Skybound and the new Telltale games, will relist them. I asked Sam on site to see if he had a PR contact he could ask whether they would relist the Windows 10 versions. Because I'm kicking myself for... Well, I mean, I couldn't have bought them because you needed to have a PC, and I didn't have a PC until most of them were delisted. I suppose I could have done something with virtual machine, but I think it was more of I didn't realise it was going to be an issue until it was an issue, and then I might not have even been able to download them if I'd bought them, so... Maya, open your eyes. Maya? The letter. Did he take it? Huh? Oh, yeah. Are you okay? I couldn't stop him. I jumped as fast as I could, but one shot from that thing knocked me out cold. I'm useless. I'm no good as a lawyer or a medium. I can't even call my sister. Not even now when we need her the most. I wish I hadn't woken up at all. Callie just put her arm on my leg. Her arm. Her paw on my leg. Yeah, it's okay. Maya's gonna be okay. She's just having a bit of imposter syndrome. Maya. Has to be some way I can help her. I better do something about her self-confidence first. Are you scooching back on now? I'm gonna close my laptop before she starts walking all over it. And it doesn't need to be open anyway. Maya? She's holding something. What's that? A bullet? DL6 incident. Evidence number 7. Taken from the heart of Gregory Edgeworth. I remember. Von Karma was holding his... Maya jumped him. Yay! DL6 bullet stashed in a pocket. I'll prove it to you, Maya. You're most definitely not useless. I'll prove it to you in court tomorrow. Oh, she's in the sink. Okay, I'm going to take this opportunity to put my jumper on because I'm cold. I might actually make some tea, so I'll be right back. Jumper on. Tea obtained. Ooh. Cat yowling. Unfortunately, balked a seam on my pocket, which is really annoying. But anyway. Right, I'll prove it to you in court tomorrow. To be continued. I probably should have waited till this screen. Okay. Alright. Final day trial. December 28th, 9:51 a.m. District Court. Defendant lobby number 2. This is it. Judgment Day. Today things are going to get settled at last. A lot of things. What's the big idea? Sorry, Nick. I only touched your shoulder. I guess the shock hasn't worn off from my run-in with the stun gun yesterday. Anyhow, today's the last day of the trial. Good luck, Nick. Yeah, thanks, Maya. Now she's lying down on my slipper. Edgeworth is looking glum as always. Hope Von Karma doesn't push him too hard. Whoa. What are you doing? Sorry, I'm sorry. I just thought I'd cheer you up with a pat on the back. Maya, maybe you should go outside and discharge. Right, good idea. Try not to electrocute anyone on your way out. Whoa, yeah, pal. That's Gumshoe then. What's gotten into that girl? Detective Gumshoe. Morning, Mr. Edgeworth. Good morning. How did it go, Detective? Have no fear. As promised, I've captured our runaway caretaker. I just brought him in. Took all night, pal. Thanks, Detective Gumshoe. You must be tired. Actually, after that shock I got on the way in, I feel pretty good. Sorry. Yep. Hair up your nose. It's going to make you sneeze. I need to find some purple thread. Maybe Mum has some purple thread. Oh well. Yogi says he's forgotten his own name, but that has to be a lie. Why would he want revenge on Edgeworth and he couldn't remember his past? He does remember it, and I'm going to prove it. Oh, she's hugging my slipper. It's adorable. District Court, courtroom number 3. Court is now... Oh, I'm really sorry. Court is now in session for the trial of Miles Edgeworth. The defence is ready, Your Honour. The prosecution is ready. Right, very well. Yeah, go, Justice Rangers! We have reached the final day in our proceedings of this trial. I ask that the prosecution submit decisive evidence. Understood? Come on, don't be awed into silence by every little thing he says. Very well, Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement. Right. Thanks to Detective Gumshoe's effort, the boat rental shop caretaker has been arrested. In yesterday's trial, the defence asserted that the caretaker was the murderer. However, the caretaker has yet to confirm this. I would like to ask the defence to cross-examine him as much as necessary. Very well. Hi, you want to come up here? Yeah? to come up? Or are you going to tap my blanket? Or is the blanket stopping you from coming up? You could come up the other side. You could just look at me quizzically. Yes? You can look at me quizzically. Sorry, just trying to figure. How's the snooker going? I don't know. Put the TV on. I don't even know what snooker you're watching. Very well. Please bring the witness into the courtroom. I suppose I can have a Google for you. Snooker. I'm just going to Google snooker. Snooker is a cue sport that originated among British Army officers stationed in India in the second half of the 19th century. BBC Sport. Carter leads Bingham Carter in tense Masters final. Is that what you're is that what you want? It's frame 14, Bingham 6, Carter 7. So there we go. But you could just put the TV on to put the snooker on the TV. It's on BBC Two. Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I believe you all remember our witness. Two Essex lads battling it out at Alley Pally. Cool, fair. He lives in the boat rental shop on the lake from where he witnessed the incident. In addition, he has currently lost memory of his name and identity. Witness. Why did you run away yesterday? The witness was not running away, as he will now testify. I see. Very well. Please begin your testimony. Ow. I'm really sorry about just leaving yesterday like I did. But I wasn't running away or nothing. I went to buy some food for Polly, see? I figured I got nothing to do with this incident anyhow. I mean, I'd need one of those motive things, right? And I don't got one. So my testimony yesterday stands as is. Okay, what have we got in the court record then? Map. Bullet. Still got that. Right. So we basically gained a bullet and lost the letter. I wonder if we can match the bullet from this gun. Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination, shall we? He has to know his name. Yanni Yogi. You're Yanni Yogi, and I'm going to prove it. Okay. Now, where's she gone? Just as long as she's not put her head in the chip pan, they have to leave it out to cool, which is dangerous. But she knows she's not allowed on there, so we will see. I'd call what you did running away and not just leaving. You heard Larry's testimony and realised you were in danger. Hi, Alkesh. Now, Mr. Wright, there's no need to rush into conclusions. As I said, the witness was not running away. Listen to the testimony. He sure seems relaxed. In fact, they both do, Von Karma and Yanni Yogi. Then why did you leave? He's just about to say why. It's so hard for you to just quietly listen while someone is talking. If I sat quietly, Edgeworth would be guilty. In 3 minutes. Food? Well, Polly is a bit of a gourmand, you see. She only eats these high-quality bird pellets from France. They only have them in the big pet store downtown. But you weren't arrested until this morning. Why didn't you go back to the caretaker's shack? Well, I kind of got lost, you see. The witness has trouble remembering things sometimes. When the police apprehended him, he was on his way back to the shack. Yeah, right, nice try, Von Karma. No one's going to believe that. I see. So he was lost. Please, Your Honour, come to your senses. You've lost much of your memory, is that correct? Yep, seems like it. Then how could you know that you didn't have anything to do with this incident? Or maybe you're lying about not having your memory, You know exactly who you are. The witness has testified quite clearly that he has no memory of who he is. If you claim he's lying, then show the court proof. How am I supposed to prove what's going on in that old codger's head? That's impossible. I'm glad you've come to your senses, Mr. Wright. Very well, witness, please continue. Motive things. Yes, you look very adorable, but if you look adorable over there, I can't stroke you. Yes, you do look adorable. But you're too far away, my arms is not that long. This is like when you're adorable on the end of the bed. How can you say you had no motive? I say you do. You had a grudge against Edgeworth and the victim, Robert Hammond. That's why you took revenge on them, right? Please don't make me repeat myself, Mr. Wright. This witness has no memory of anything beyond several years ago. You can't hold a grudge, it's impossible. I have to prove he's lying about his memory. Otherwise it's going to be the same thing over and over until the trial ends. Might I say something, Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honour? You've been saying the same thing now over and over. You've been calling the witness's memory of the past or lack thereof into question. But does this really have anything to do with the current case? Yes, of course, Your Honour. The witness has said he has nothing to do with this case and no motive. Both of these statements are lies. Order! Order! Mr. Wright, there is a serious problem with your claim. Or are you saying you know who this witness is? Of course, Your Honour. Now, this is interesting. I would like to know myself, so who is he? Don't play dumb, Von Karma. Mr. Wright, please tell us this witness's name. His name is Yanni Yogi, a former court bailiff. Yogi? That name seems familiar. Oh, Yanni Yogi from the DL6 incident. Figures the judge would have heard of it. It was such a famous case. But what does this mean? Your Honour, if this man is Mr. Yogi, then he has a clear motive. Jumping to conclusions again, Mr. Wright. This witness is Yanni Yogi. Fascinating. However, how do you propose to prove this to the court? The parrot. This is a court of law, as you may recall. You need proof. And allow me to repeat once more that the witness has lost his memory. This is it. I have to do this now. If I can't prove he's Yogi right here, right now, then I've got nowhere else to go. Nick, how are you going to prove it? How can you prove that he's Yanni Yogi? It's okay. It's actually quite simple. Your Honour, please take this man's fingerprints. Then we'll compare them to the fingerprints on file for Yanni Yogi 15 years ago. Oh, thanks for the follow, Hot Tots. And also, welcome to the stream. I see. That makes sense. Huh? I'm so very sorry, Mr. Wright. Why? why the witness has no fingerprints. What? What? No fingerprints? You see, before I worked as a caretaker, I worked at a chemical plant. I burned my fingers working with the stuff. Hey, oh. What? Yogi, you sneak. You burned your fingerprints off to hide your past. Well, if the witness has no fingerprints, I guess we will not be able to prove his identity. No. Well, what will you do, Mr. Wright? It seems that the case has been decided. Nope. No. I know what happened. I know everything. I just can't prove it. But no, I can't let it end like this. I can't lose. There has to be another way. There is no one who can testify as to who this witness is. No one. Nick, what are we going to do? I didn't even consider that he might have erased his fingerprints. What do I do? Bring in the parrot! Come on. Come on, Callie, come up here. Come on, you can do it. I'm going to teach you this if it kills me. Come on. Wiggle your fingers. Jump up here. Yeah? Why does this work for Daisy and never for me? Well, Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to cross-examine his parrot for a little comic relief. Yeah, very funny. You're a sore winner, Von Karma. Wait a second. Cross-examine his parrot. What is it, Nick? There we go. Good girl. Good girl. Who's a good girl? Yeah, you're a good girl. You gonna come over here and snuggle? And then maybe you'll stop yelling at me. Yeah? What is it, Nick? No, you're not going to. Your Honour, the defence would like to take Mr. Von Karma up on his proposal. Take Mr. Von Karma up on my proposal? Exactly, Your Honour. I would like to cross-examine the witness's pet parrot. Order! Order! Well, what do you think, Mr. Von Karma? Need you even ask? This is a farce. I object. Wait a second. You were the one who suggested I cross-examine the parrot, Von Karma. If you're going to sit over there and whine, then you're not going to get snuggles. I have a right to do as you suggested. And for anyone that's new to the stream, I'm fostering a cat called Callie, and that's who I'm talking to right now. She's being a little bit of a messes at the moment. No, she's very sweet, but she's taken to being very vocal the past couple of days, and it's tiring. Oh, she's in the sink again. Oh, stop yowling, Callie, please. Well, if you're so desperate, then please be my guest. Of course, should you go through with this, and nothing comes of it, then I hope you're ready for the consequences. Nick, this is crazy. Well, still want to go through with your little game? Yeah, I'm totally doing it. Let the parrot take their stand! We'll cross-examine her, Your Honour. Yeah, she is loud. Now imagine that, 4 in the morning. It's not good. Yeah. My sleep's not been brilliant lately. But yeah. She's with me for another week. She's got operation on Tuesday. And then once she's all given a clean bill of health, then she will go to her new family, who I've met, who are very nice. This is the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard. Von Karma's rigged every person's testimony, every piece of evidence, except the parrot. She's my last chance. At least, I think so. Bailiff, bring in the parrot. Did, Jessie reply? Yes, new family, with a garden. I think she'll be quite happy with that. I think she just gets a bit bored here. She's probably just bored. I've been trying, to play with her, but I can only do so much. That's quite a bird. Please tell us your name. Name. The witness is ignoring me. It must hurt to be ignored by a bird. Ahem. Very well, witness. Who is your owner? Please testify for us. Hello, hello, squawk. Have I considered putting the snooker on? No. I've got bird sounds on for her. She prefers bird sounds to the snooker. It's only a game, but a real big fight. We're gonna be snookering you tonight. Snookering you tonight. That's the only snooker I used to watch. With my dad. Certainly the most concise testimony we've had so far. Very well, begin your cross-examination. Right. What are you going to do, Nick? I don't know. What do we do, Maya? Hello, hello, squawk. Witness, you can't just say hello and expect us to get anywhere. I want you to testify. Maya, you talk to her. Right, what do I say? Have we forgotten something? As I recall, 2 days ago. Polly, have we forgotten something? Squawk. Don't forget DL6, squawk. If I can get Polly to say that here, that will prove that the caretaker had something to do with DL6. Polly, have we forgotten something? Hello, hello, squawk. No, someone faked the parrot. That's not what you're supposed to say. Forgot something, we forgot. Hello, hello, squawk. Uh-oh, it's not working, Nick, she won't say it. This is ridiculous, why won't she say it? Something the matter, Mr. Wright? Wait. Don't tell me Von Karma expected this. He couldn't have retrained the parrot, could he? Did he train her not to respond when we asked if we'd forgotten anything? Witness, you're here to speak. You must speak to me. Frankly, I can't believe you're speaking to the parrot. Well, I guess we should try to get some information out of her. We need to show the judge that our owner is Mr. Yogi. Hello, hello, squawk. Witness, you can't just say rah. Okay, right. What's the safe number? Maybe I'll get her to say the number of the safe. Huh? The safe? Why? Let's just try and get her to say anything, okay? Polly, what was the number to the safe in the shack? 1228. 1228. My, what a reckless parrot. Well, Mr. Wright, you aren't claiming that this number has something to do with the caretaker? Actually, it does. It's today's date. That's why I had to say it. Ha! Ridiculous. How can the number to a safe tell us who the caretaker is? Show us your proof. What could possibly link this number to the caretaker's true identity? The DL6 case file? What is this obsession you have with that case? Mr. Wright, where in this file is something relating to that safe number? It's on the case summary page. The case summary? Specifically the date on which the DL6 incident occurred. The date of the incident? December 28th? Why, that's today's date, 15 years ago. And the number on that safe is 1228. Ah! He used the date of the DL6 incident as a number for his safe, Your Honour. That's how important that date was to him. I see. It certainly is an interesting coincidence. People often do set their secret numbers to dates. Bah! This is not tangible proof! I set my ATM's card number to 0001 because I'm number 1. This has nothing to do with the date. Nothing. Indeed. Alone it is a little weak for evidence in a murder trial. We would need some other corroborating evidence. Where am I going to find that? Nick, we're getting closer. One more, if we can just get one more piece of evidence. Right, but what? Very well, witness, you may continue. Only really one more thing we can ask, and that's what's her name. Maybe I should get her to say her name. Polly, what's your name? Polly, squawk. Mr. Wright, I think we've established that this parrot is named Polly. Did this have anything to do with their owner's identity? Ah, yes. After his arrest, fiancée Polly Jenkins committed suicide. Yes, it does. Ha! Fascinating. You claim that the parrot's name will prove her owner's identity? Then show us this proof. Nick, don't you think you're taking this bluffing a little too far? Listen, we're not here to answer the question of who is the caretaker. We're here to prove that he's Yanni Yogi. All we have to do is tie the name Polly to Yogi. Your Honour, the proof that the parrot's name reveals the caretaker's identity is the DL6 case file. That's quite a large file you have there. Which page is this proof on, then? Show us or stop wasting our time. Very well, Mr. Wright, please show us the page. Where in this file is the information connected to this parrot's name? It's on the suspect data page. This page has all the information about Yanni Yogi. Right after he was arrested, his fiancée committed suicide, see? Indeed it does say that, yes. What was his fiancée's name? Polly Jenkins. Polly! Exactly, Your Honour. He wanted to remember the name of his fiancée who had committed suicide. That's why he named his parrot after her. I see. I guess that is possible. Bah, a mere coincidence, that's all. My granddaughter has a dog she calls Phoenix. Well, Mr. Phoenix Wright, does this make you my granddaughter's fiancé? She's only 7 years old. That's enough. I think we've reached a conclusion here. This is a mere coincidence, that is all. True, that is a possibility. However, two coincidences at the same time seem more like a pattern to me. What are you saying? Summon the caretaker of the boat shop. Immediately. Yeah. Witness, tell us your name. Wait. This witness, he doesn't remember. No, it's okay. I've accomplished what I wanted to do. I'm done. Nick, he looks totally different. This is the real Yogi, I think. Finally. He's been acting feeble to hide his true identity. Acting for 15 years. Well, let me ask you again. Please state your name for the court. My name is Yani Yogi. 15 years ago I served as a bailiff in this very court. Order! Order! Yani Yogi, so was it you who killed Robert Hammond and tried to frame Miles Edgeworth for his death? Yes, it was me. I did it. They put me on the witness stand 15 years ago. Robert Hammond, he said I was mentally unsound. He told me it would make me innocent, get me off the hook. So I pretended to have brain damage. I was innocent really, but he didn't believe me. We won the trial, but I lost everything. I lost my job, my fiancé, my social standing. Then this year, 15 years later, a package arrived. It was a letter and a pistol. The plan was written out in careful detail. It was a plan for me to take my revenge on the people who ruined my life. I didn't care who had sent it. I thought this was my chance. After 15 years, this was it. Finally, a chance to have my revenge on Robert Hammond and Miles Edgeworth. I have no regrets. Wait a moment. Revenge against Miles Edgeworth? What do you mean? I'm not at liberty to speak on that matter. Why don't you ask Mr. Edgeworth for yourself? Anyway, I admit it. I was the one who killed Robert Hammond. Von Karma, where is Mr. Yogi? Under arrest, Your Honour. I saw no room for error in his confession. Then the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, is innocent in this case, at least. Very well. Will the defendant please take the stand? There are a few mysteries left unsolved. Still, you are cleared of suspicion for this particular case. So I would like to pass judgment on the murder of Mr. Robert Hammond. Any objections? I don't believe it. Why isn't Von Karma saying anything? Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, not guilty. Woo! Yay! Go Miles! Go Miles! That is all. This court is adjourned. There we go. Did someone just say objection? Wasn't Von Karma. Wait, but that means... No. Edgeworth. Your Honour, I object to your judgment. What do you mean? I'm not innocent at all. As we have heard, Yani Yogi killed Robert Hammond in revenge. But revenge for what? Nick, Edgeworth is trying to confess. He's going to say he's guilty. He's going to tell them he was the murderer in the DL6 incident. He's going to tell them he killed his own dad. Uh-oh, what do I do? Raise an objection. The judgment has already been passed. I object to Edgeworth's outburst. Didn't something like that happen yesterday too? I believe a certain witness raised an objection after a guilty verdict was passed. That would be Larry. We must hear this new statement. We must hear Miles Edgeworth. He's right. We have a duty to hear Mr. Edgeworth out. For 15 years, I have had a recurring dream. A nightmare. It's only a nightmare. That's what I told myself. But now I know it wasn't a dream. Yani Yogi wasn't the killer. You mean in the incident where your father died? From the distance of the shot, it wasn't suicide either. Everything was clear as day. The murderer, the criminal in the DL6 incident, it was me. Your Honour, I confess my guilt. I am guilty for DL6, the statute of limitations, which ends today. The culprit is me. Yes, but you were like 9 or something. Whoop! Yeah, I just dropped the jangly thing. Hang on. I got it before you did. Order, order. This is certainly unexpected. The defendant declared innocent is confessing to a different crime. A crime for which the statute of limitations runs out today. I'm not really sure how I should deal with this. Bah! It's obvious. We hold a trial, right here, right now. We tried this man for his crime of 15 years ago. I think I would like to take a 5-minute recess. During this time, I will consider the course of action to take. Court is adjourned. Defendant lobby number 2. Okay, she's hugging my slipper. It's so adorable. I'm going to try and take a photo. Ah. I got a very unzoomed out, zoomed out photo because I couldn't get untangled from things. But it was very cute. I'm sorry, Wright. I've just wasted all of your effort. Mr. Edgeworth, I just don't believe it, sir. I mean, you kill your dad? I didn't want to believe it myself, Detective. But it's the truth. I deserve to be punished. Murder is murder, no matter what the circumstances. This is crazy, just crazy. Nick, what are you doing? Huh? Oh, I was just reading through the court record once more. Getting my case ready. Your case for what? Huh? Isn't it obvious? I'm going to prove that Miles Edgeworth is innocent. What are you talking about, pal? You just admit to it. He confessed that he did it in court. I'm sorry, Edgeworth, but I don't believe your nightmare. What? It's just a dream. It's not real. The truth is right here in this court record. In any case, tighten your belts. The real fight is just beginning. I'll prove you're innocent. Trust me. Right? 2:30 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 3. Now then, I would like to resume our trial. Judge, Miles Edgeworth has admitted his own guilt. He has confessed his crime. Let us begin by hearing his testimony. Then, though pointless, let the defence do their cross-examining. The statute of limitations on the DL6 incident runs out today. Though it's unconventional for me, I'd like to run this one by the book. I see. Does the defence have any objections? No, Your Honour. Von Karma, you knew this was going to happen from the very beginning, didn't you? It's a feather. Is it your feather? It's a feather. It's a feather. Sorry. Very well. Will Miles Edgeworth take the stand? Do, do, do. Will the witness state his name and profession? Miles Edgeworth, I am a prosecuting attorney. Mr. Edgeworth, 15 years ago you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Is this correct? It is correct. Then testify about this matter to the court. When Edgeworth was telling me about his dream yesterday, I noticed something. One detail didn't quite fit. That will be the key, but only if I can get it to work. Please, please. Hi, Mr. Corners. Oh, and thanks for the host. That day I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Just then something heavy fell at my feet. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. A moment later there was a single gunshot, then a scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. That's all. Okay. And until now you thought this memory was a dream? We were stuck in that elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out and I lost my memory of the events. Bah! The same claim Mr. Yogi has made. Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Right, okay, hang on. Heart. Well, I hope everyone's noticed the glaring bullet hole in the lift. It's the first thing I always notice. He was shot in the heart. Hang on, no clues found at the scene? The murder weapon was fired twice. One bullet found in heart. It was fired twice. That's going to be the important thing. Yes, Your Honour. Do. Okay. Okay. Ah, crap. I just went past it. I was trying to get to the single gunshot thing. The gun fired once? Yes. I think after I threw it, I lost consciousness. Since then, they've echoed in my head every day. That gunshot and that horrible scream. Scream. Okay. Are you sure you only heard one gunshot? Yes, I'm sure of that. I heard the shot and the scream. Then everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came. I see. No, Your Honour, unfortunately you don't. Look at this file one more time. This plainly contradicts the witness's testimony. You do enjoy dragging out that file, don't you? I don't accept this evidence unless you can tell us what page it's on. Victim data. Look at the victim data in this file. It says it quite plainly, the murder weapon was fired twice. Miles Edgeworth only heard one gunshot, yet the murder weapon was fired twice. The first shot was the accidental firing when the pistol was thrown. So who fired the remaining shots? Was there perhaps another shooter who fired that second shot? Your Honour, as I'm sure you're aware, this incident occurred 15 years ago. The evidence is dated. The pistol did fire twice. However, we do not know when that second shot was fired. It might have been fired the day before the incident. There is no proof that the second shot had anything to do with this incident. What? I see. You do have a point, Mr. Wright. The murder weapon was fired twice, as we have heard. One of those shots was fired by the defendant, a boy at the time. Do you have any proof that the other shot fired had something to do with the case? Yes. Your Honour, I think I will be able to show you proof. What? Impossible! Now, Mr. Von Karma, save your surprise for after you've seen the evidence. Very well, Mr. Wright, show us your proof. Do you have evidence that the second firing of the pistol is related to this incident? I have a picture. Look at this photograph. This is a photograph of the scene of the crime 15 years ago. I can see that the victim lying there is Gregory Edgeworth. This proved the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. This photo proves it. So, let me get this straight. This photo proves 2 shots were fired. Where? Your Honour, please get a clue. Show the judge the contradiction in the photo. Hello? Bullet thingy in thing. Right. As should be obvious, the contradiction is here. I see a bullet hole in the door. Your Honour, Gregory Edgeworth was killed by a shot from the pistol, yet there is also a bullet hole in the elevator door. We also know that the murder weapon was fired twice. Thus, someone other than Edgeworth fired that second shot. Order! Order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? It's simple, Your Honour. At the time of the incident, 2 shots were fired. One went into Gregory Edgeworth's heart, the other hit the elevator door. Remember that the defendant lost consciousness after the shot he fired rang out. In conclusion, we must agree that the second shot was fired by someone else. Mr. Wright, but who could that someone else be? The murderer, of course. I knew I should have stepped in before your wild fantasies got out of hand. Mr. Wright, look once more at the DL6 incident case file. Look closely. Try the case summary page. The case summary? That's on page 1. Look what is written there. Not a single clue was found on the scene. If the pistol had indeed been fired 2 times, then the other bullet would have been discovered on the scene. He does have a point. That second bullet has never been found. Why? Because the second bullet does not exist. Wait, we've got a whole spoon fork thing. Oh wait, we got a Jessie. The bullet that claimed Gregory Edgeworth's life was the one fired by his own son. That is the truth of this matter. The whole truth. It was undoubtedly something else that made that bullet hole in the door. Order! I will have order! Mr. Wright has proven one thing to us quite clearly. That the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. However, sorry. As Mr. Von Karma says, the second bullet fired was not found. It is highly unlikely that the police merely overlooked the second bullet. You keep thinking John Burkow is in the stream? Who's John Burkow? So, all we have is a single bullet fired. I'm afraid I have to discount the defence's claim. I praise the judge for his wisdom in this matter. How did this happen? I don't believe that the second bullet doesn't exist. Was I wrong? Have I been wrong about this whole incident? What are you doing, Nick? Why aren't you raising an objection? I'm sorry, Maya. What? It looks like I was wrong. Nick? If the second bullet wasn't there, then all my conjectures are for nothing. No! But You said you'd do it, Nick. You said you'd get Edgeworth declared innocent. I'm sorry. It's just when I saw the photograph, I thought the 2 shots had been fired. I was so certain of it, I thought I'd won. I thought there was another person, someone else who fired the killing shot. But now, I was wrong to think it could be that simple. This case has stood unsolved for 15 years. Nick! Well, it seems that we have finally cleared up this incident. Only 1 bullet was found at the scene of the crime. That shot was fired by Miles Edgeworth. Precisely. I would like to ask one thing of Miles Edgeworth before passing my verdict. Have you been paying attention to the trial so far? Yes, Your Honour. Do you have any objections? No. No, I do not. So you killed your father, though that was not your intention. Yes, I did. Oh no. He's accepted the guilt. Very well. The statute of limitations on the murder of Gregory Edgeworth runs out today. Therefore, I must pronounce a verdict on the defendant today, right here. Right now. Indeed. Does anyone have any objections? I've been here before. It's just like my first day in court. There are so many things I know I should be saying. My mind's gone blank. I can't find the words. Mr. Wright, I have an objection. Your Honour, I object. Mr. Wright, on what grounds do you object? Oof. Nick, I don't know. His case is perfect. Oh no. Grr. It must exist. The second bullet. What? What did you just say? Nothing? The second bullet must exist? But where? Someone took it. It seems waiting is not going to produce us any answers from Mr. Wright. Wait, Your Honour. The second bullet, it existed. What? But we've just heard proof that it does not exist. I realise that, Your Honour. I'm really grasping here. It's just someone took it from the scene of the crime. That's what happened. But who? The murderer. The murderer? Then tell us just who is this murderer. I'm still thinking about that one. So the criminal took the second bullet, but why? Huh? First of all, how would they have found it? It's not easy to find a stray bullet, Mr. Wright. Was there some pressing need for the murderer to search for that bullet? The murderer didn't need it. Why would the murderer have spent the time to look for the stray bullet? I haven't got a clue. What's wrong, Mr. Wright? Bah! The murderer had no reason to take that bullet. You don't want to admit it, but it's true. Ugh. He had to take it. Had to take it. The murderer, what does that mean? You're thinking too normal. Think crazy. Don't think why the bullet was taken. Think why the bullet had to be taken. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honour. I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, the murderer had no intention of taking the bullet from the scene, but the murderer had to take that bullet. Had to, Mr. Wright? What do you mean? Well, for instance... For instance, what? Maybe the bullet, hit the murderer. The bullet hit the murderer? Just saying, for instance. I mean, if it hit you, you would have to take it with you, wouldn't you? It's not like you could perform surgery right there. You know. Wait a second. I was just talking off the top of my head, but what if that's really what happened? Let me get this straight. So at the time of the murder, the murderer themselves was shot, and they left with the second bullet still inside of them, thus leaving only one bullet at the scene of the crime. Yeah, I guess that's how it would work, yeah. But there's a problem with that. The other 2 people rescued from that elevator, Miles Edgeworth and Yanni Yogi, were both unharmed. So that would mean The murderer came from outside, yes. The two men fight inside the elevator. Trying to stop them, the boy picks up the pistol at his feet and throws it. The pistol discharges and the bullet goes through the elevator door and hits the murderer outside. The boy loses consciousness. Then the murderer opens the elevator door, sees the men inside. Mr. Wright, you are truly the most unpredictable defense attorney I've ever known. I can tell you're grasping, yet I cannot deny the possibility of what you say. What are you saying? Deny it! Deny it! No one involved with the incident was wounded. There was no murderer. No one was wounded at the time of the incident? He's right. I can't think of anyone. Hey, Nick. I just thought of something really crazy. Crazy? Remember what Mr. Grossberg said yesterday? Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record. Wow. It must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see. Yes, an unusual event for the man. That was the first and the last vacation he's taken in his many years of prosecution. What if Von Karma didn't take that vacation because of shock, but took it because he was injured? Which would mean... It could only mean one thing. He was the murderer in the DL6 incident. He was the man who shot Gregory Edgeworth. It was Von Karma. Oh, man. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You seem dazed. No, Your Honour. Well, you have indicated the possibility that the murderer came from outside. Can you give us the name of your suspect? Uh-oh. Should I come out now and say it? Say it now. Your Honour, there is a suspect, one lone suspect. Well, this is certainly interesting news. Very well, Mr. Wright. Who is your suspect? Ugh, my hands are shaking. What? Von Karma. Von Karma? You mean the Von Karma, the prosecutor, the one standing right over there? Bah! You don't object? I see no need. Why honour this ridiculous outburst with my objection? Because you took a vacation for several months starting the day after the incident. Yet you pride yourself on a perfect record. Why would you take such a long vacation without reason? So you're claiming that I took a vacation to heal from my injury. To heal my injury from the incident. Fascinating. Prove it. I would have needed surgery, no? Where did I go under the knife at, Mr. Wright? Bring the doctor that operated on me. Have him testify. Ugh. Nick? Let's find out who his doctor is. It's no use. Edgeworth? I know Von Karma, perhaps too well. He's perfect. He wouldn't leave clues. He probably didn't undergo surgery. That would leave a doctor as a witness. Nobody's that perfect. So what, Nick? Did Von Karma pull the bullet out by himself? That's insane. No, he couldn't have. You can't just pull bullets out of yourself. I mean, you can if you're in an action movie. Wait. What does that mean? Sorry. Distracting the cat. That bullet has to be somewhere, but where? Well, Mr. Wright, can you produce evidence to prove that I was shot? Ooh, show evidence. Alright, Von Karma, I'll prove it. And I'll even use evidence. I know how you like it so much. What? The evidence that proves Von Karma was shot is... I have a metal detector! Take that! Von Karma is perfect. He wouldn't risk surgery, leaving an evidence trail. So then I ask, where is that bullet now? I think it unlikely that Von Karma performed surgery on himself. You don't mean? I do. There is the possibility that the bullet is still inside Von Karma. That's really dangerous. Is that even possible for all those years? Well, there's one way to find out. We could use this metal detector. Well, Von Karma, I'm going to run this over you and see what we find. Wouldn't he set off the quartz metal detector? I refuse. You refuse? But refusing this means you acknowledge that the bullet is still inside you. Order! 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 Your Honour, the defence requests that we be allowed to use the metal detector. Judge, I call for a suspension on this trial. This is an invasion of privacy. The statute of limitations runs out in this case today. It was you who said we had to end it right here, right now. Enough. I permit the use of the metal detector. Mr. Von Karma, you will submit yourself to testing. Nick, what does this mean? I don't know, but we have to give it a shot. It reacted. Something's inside his right shoulder. The bullet. Mr. Von Karma, you appear to be beeping. You! It was you! I was afraid this would happen, and so I remained silent. Indeed, there is a bullet in my shoulder. However, it has nothing to do with this incident. What? I was shot in the shoulder long before the DL6 incident. I claim that the bullet in my shoulder has no relation to DL6. Well, let's take it out, shall we? But Mr. Von Karma, can you prove that? Prove? I have no obligation to prove anything. It is Mr. Wright who must prove something here, not I. Mr. Wright, well, can you prove it? Can you prove that the bullet in Von Karma's shoulder was from DL6? Of course he can't. You don't have any of the DL6 evidence. That's because you took it out of the records room yesterday. With no proof, you cannot convict me of any crime. So sorry, Mr. Wright. No, I'm the one that's sorry, Mr. Von Karma. What? You were close. One day away from freedom. But you see, I have proof. What? Who would have thought you would dig your own grave trying to convict Edgeworth? I can link that bullet in your shoulder to the DL6 incident. And here's my final proof. I have a bullet. That's a bullet? Where did you get that? This is the bullet used in the DL6 incident. This was taken from the heart of the victim, Mr. Gregory Edgeworth. The bullet is preserved quite nicely with all the ballistic markings intact. Ballistic markings? You may recall the term. It came up in the first trial 2 days ago. Ballistic markings are the fingerprints of a weapon. All bullets fired from a gun are marked to that weapon's unique pattern. By examining the markings, you can tell which weapon fired the bullet. It's quite accurate. We have 2 bullets in our possession. One bullet removed from Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other, Mr. Von Karma, is the bullet buried in your shoulder. We could analyse both bullets, then if the markings matched, we would know that both bullets had been fired from the same gun. The very same pistol, in other words, the murder weapon that killed Gregory Edgeworth. Mr. Von Karma, you will let us remove the bullet from your shoulder. Then we'll compare the ballistic markings to those on this bullet and solve this case once and for all. Well, Mr. Von Karma? That scream. I've heard that scream before. Wait, I know! Help, I can't breathe. Quiet. I said quiet. You're not making this any easier. Stop breathing my air. I'll stop you. Stop breathing my air. Get away. Get away from my father. It's that scream I heard in the elevator. 15 years ago. Von Karma, it was you who screamed. Mr. Von Karma? Edgeworth, only you would dare defy me! So it was you. You and your father are my curse! Your father shamed me with a penalty on my record. And you left a scar on my shoulder that would never fade. I'll bury you with my bare hands. It's okay, Callie, come up here, it's okay, I'll give you cuddles. Mean scary man. 15 years earlier. Chief Prosecutor, I am sorry. Von Karma, it's not like you to make this kind of error. I never would have thought Edgeworth would be the one to catch you. I was careless. I'm sorry, but you will have to be penalised. I've covered for you in the past, but not this time. Edgeworth! It was a shock like none I had ever known. Me? Penalised? It took hours for me to regain my composure. Suddenly I found myself in the darkness. I was in the court records room. I must have wandered in there without thinking where I was going. The room was pitch black, the lights must have gone out. I went out into the hall and felt my way to the elevator. I pressed the button, but nothing happened. Then there was a noise. I was in pain, a horrible burning pain in my shoulder. Just then the lights came back on. The elevator door opened before my eyes. I saw 3 people inside, all lying, unconscious from oxygen deprivation. Much to my surprise, a pistol lay at my feet. I knew then it was destiny. Shh. In his last moments, Gregory Edgeworth was unconscious. He died, never knowing who shot him. Later he spoke through a medium blaming Mr. Yogi. He was fooled. It was the perfect crime. Who would have thought another man would have come to open that elevator door? Judge! What? What are you doing? Do your job. Bring an end to this miserable charade. Now, end it. Very well. It appears that we have come a very long way to the end of this maze. 15 years later, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honour. You were innocent. You are innocent. As you said, it was all a nightmare. Yes, Your Honour. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, not guilty. Woohoo! Yay! Miles and Phoenix OTP! Woo! That is all. This court is adjourned. Bailiff, take Von Karma into custody. December 28th, 5:38 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Nick, we did it! Did you see his face? Von Karma looks even paler than usual. He's pretending to be all cool, but inside you crushed him, Nick. Crushed! I gotta say, I'm impressed. It was pretty close, though. I was sure we'd had it. I know, I was on the verge of tears the whole time, myself. But now it's all just good memory. So, it's finally over. Oh, so it's finally over, Edgeworth. Right. Yeah? I'm not sure how to say this. I know. Try thank you. I see. Thank you. Right. You're welcome. I think you could have done better than that. Sorry, I'm not good at this sort of thing. You got a lot to learn, Edgeworth. She's got you there. Whoop! Amazing, pal. You pulled through just like I thought you would. I'll never forget this. I owe you one, pal. And tonight, let's party! Dinner's on me! Yeah, my salary went down a bit this month. But who cares? See, Miss Edgeworth, you should take a lesson from Detective Gumshoe. That's how you say thank you. I see. Ahem. Whoop. I feel foolish. Don't worry. Take it a little at a time. You'll get used to it. It's been 15 years since I've seen Edgeworth this unguarded. Hey, y'all! Lotta! Y'all were great in there. Thank you. Yo, Edgeworth, congrats! Thank y'all very much. I knew you were innocent from the start, of course. Just look at you. You wouldn't stick your hand in the cookie jar even if no one were there. You were the witness on the first day of the trial, weren't you? Yeah, well, let's bygones be bygones, eh? Speaking of which, what are you doing now, Lotta? Oh, me? Oh, I went back to college. I gave up trying to be an investigative photographer pretty quick. Really? That's too bad. Isn't that the hot dog guy from the park? Huh? It's over, Nick. My life is over. Why the sad face, Larry? What happened now? Oh, Nick, I'm not long for this world. Oh, you don't look sick. It's Kiance! She's going to live in Paris. Paris, Nick! She's leaving me behind. Should have seen that coming. Yo, Edgy, there you are. Yes, here I am. Congrats, Edgy. Here, a little gift from me in celebration. Celebration? That's unusual for you. Harry Butts, you come along tonight too. My treat, pal. Huh? Oh, thanks. Looking forward to it. Yo, Nick. That's the suit that questioned me. When he says treat, that's not police talk for prison food, right? I think you'll be fine, Larry. Right. Yeah, what's that? That envelope that Larry gave me, it's got money in it. Well, yeah, that's not that strange. People give money away to celebrate sometimes. It's $38, right? Huh? What a weird amount. I mean, it's not a little, but it's not a lot either. $38 exactly. Nick? Wasn't exactly the amount of lunch money that was stolen from Mr. Edgeworth in school? $38. No. No, Larry, it was you! What are you so surprised about, Wright? Huh? Larry was absent that day from school, right? But that doesn't automatically rule him out as a suspect. What? Think back to that day 15 years ago. Larry took the day off, but he was bored, so he came into school anyway. Then he saw the money lying there, and the rest is history. Oh, I never was any good at history, eh? Ugh. Edgeworth, you didn't know, did you? I suspected. I just couldn't picture Larry protecting you like he did that day. Everyone else was saying you did it. The whole class was against you, remember? Yeah, too well. Right, you may not know this, but we used to have a saying back in school. When something smells, it's usually the butts. I know. Really, Wright, I'm surprised you didn't figure it out. Well, this sure is an unexpected turn of events, eh? Edgeworth? You should have told me. No, Nick, it was 15 years ago. Don't you think the statute of limitations has run out, Mr. Edgeworth? I'd say so, yes. There you have it. Grr. Where does that leave me? I became a defense attorney because of what you two did. Well, you have always been something of an insufferable emotionalist. Yeah, and you get worked up too easily, too. Death. The death sentence for both of you. Man, if only I'd have known, I'd have become a prosecutor. Oh, the same goes for me, only the other way around. For the longest time, I thought that I might have killed my own father. I thought I might be a criminal. Became a prosecutor in part to punish myself. If I had known the truth, I might have become a defense attorney after all. Edgeworth? Want to switch, Wright? Hey, y'all! Line up! I'll take a photo! Hey, photo time! Let's go! And after that, dinner on me. Detective Gumshoe took us out on the town that night. We celebrated Edgeworth's newfound freedom, even though Edgeworth himself was still in detention. Why? They should have let him out. He got declared not guilty twice. December 29th, 5:02 a.m. Wright & Co. Law Officers. Whoa, I went a little overboard yesterday. My head hurts. Huh? It's still only 5. Maybe I should go back to sleep. What's this? A letter? Good morning, Nick. You were really impressive yesterday. Seeing you, it made me think about what I'm doing here. I'm a spirit medium in training, of course. I wanted to help Mr. Edgeworth too. I wanted to help you. But I couldn't. I was useless, so I've decided to go back to my training. I'll become a full-fledged spirit medium for starters. I couldn't say it to your face, so I left this letter. Goodbye, Nick. Goodbye? What time is it? The first trains for the mountains have already left. The station! I guess I'm too late. Hey! Nick! Maya! So, you're leaving? Yeah. It's hard being a spirit medium who can't talk to spirits. And I think you'd do fine without me, Nick. Be good, okay? Wait! What? I never could have saved Edgeworth without your help. Huh? On the last day of the trial, I heard her. I heard Mia's voice. You heard my sister? Yes, only her voice, but still. It was at the very end when I thought we'd lost everything. Well, that's my sister for you. Detective Gumshoe helped Mr. Grossberg and even Larry. I'm the only one who couldn't help. I was useless, Nick. But you were the one that stopped Von Karma, Maya. Huh? I didn't do anything. All I did was wander around in a daze. Sorry, but I have evidence that you helped. Evidence? He's still got the evidence? A bullet? Von Karma was convinced you'd taken all of the evidence pertaining to DL6. But you were the one who rescued the last piece of evidence we needed. This was the bullet that put an end to Von Karma. And you were the one who gave it to me. Nick? Thanks, Maya. I couldn't have done it without you. I'll be back soon. Huh? I'm going to complete my training and come back. Okay, I'll be waiting. Of course you will. You can't run that office by yourself. You're hopeless. Ha! I don't know about that. So, this is it. See you soon, Maya. Thanks, Nick. And so my story ends. Time to turn a new page and say goodbye to the novice defense attorney that I once was. Now a new story begins with the same old crazy cast of characters. Ha! Don't think you've graduated yet, amateur. Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to rethink that claim. Yes, Your Honor. Okay, I got a bad feeling about this. Woohoo! Episode finished. Hey, pal! Mr. Edgeworth came down to the precinct to wish me an happy New Year. Talk about a pleasant surprise. Whoop! Detective Gumshoe! Then he hung his head and low and went right back outside. Kind of like he was embarrassed or summat. Stranger. Kumiko. Suikin. Sukane. Huh? Nick? Nah, I haven't seen him lately. Who, me? I've been working at a cheese shop. That Missy's a nice lady, but she's not exactly what you call a cheap date. Huh? Oh, she's in Hawaii right now, yeah. Tatsuru Yaramoto. Who? Right, yeah, I remember him. I hear he's been busy lately. You know, not to ring my own bell, but I sort of taught him everything he knows. I'm sure he's grateful. Noriyuki Otani. Phoenix Wright. Ah, the defence attorney for whom I wrote that affidavit for, yes. Oh, you should know I've taken over management of the Gatewater Hotel recently. Should be in the area. Please stop by. Masakatsu Endo. Him! Oh, it's you. Phoenix Wright? Ah, yes, mere understudy, was he not? I wonder how he's doing. Haven't seen him of late. Ah, the days of my youth. Like the scent of fresh lemon, you see. Masakazu Sugimori. Phoenix Wright? Is he an actor? Well, I'm not buying it. You can't be a star with a name like Phoenix. Did you know they're finally putting us on a Hammers Out movie D, one of those box set things, DVD? How am I supposed to keep it straight anyway? Atsushi Mori. I'm pleased to announce Pink Princess is a hit. I assure her of that, Mr. Wright, a great deal, sniff. Oh, and I'm keeping my face out the public eye till the show's over. I wouldn't want to ruin any kids' dreams, you know. I've forgotten everyone's voices. Hiroshi Nakaya Ayumi Tarada. Hell, I got a letter from Maya the other day. It sounds like she caught a cold standing under a waterfall. I wanted to visit, but didn't have time, so I sent her some Pink Princess trading cards. She says she can't buy them where she is. What kind of a place is she living at, anyway? Yumiko Uchida. Right? Who's that? You want to talk? Let's talk Pink Princess, alright? But, you know, I snuck into the studio the other day. And I saw her, the one inside the Pink Princess suit. Ugh, what a dog. It was kind of a shock for a boy my tender age. Cheeky ass wipe. Atsushi Inaba. Yeah, I remember right. That lawyer guy. Me? I'm in training to become a paranormal photographer. Yeah, know that picture I took of everyone? Well, just behind them, there's a ghost. For real? Now that's talent. I'm gonna be famous. Can we see the photo? Sunji Mikami. You just nubbed 9k. Yeah, I jumped about 6 and Dan wanted a screenshot of that. Look, there's a ghost. Dan jumped about 17, which is ridiculous. Woohoo! Clear episode 4. Rise from the Ashes. Oh, this is the one with the mascot in it. Right, but we're not going to hit back because it'll then start the episode. So what we're going to do is we're going to end here. Do we got a cat? Callie? Not quite sure where Callie went. Right, thank you very much for watching. Wow, it's almost 11. I've been Jo, otherwise known as Angel SK. Excuse me. That's terrible. It happens every single time. I think it's the moving and all the tea. But yes, so this was an impromptu Sunday stream. It was going to be a co-stream with Jesse, but he was undecorating from Christmas, I believe. He'll be streaming tomorrow. I'm not around, and then I'll be back on Tuesday, normal time, with a slightly groggy cat because she'll have had anaesthetic. So that's gonna be an interesting experience. But hopefully that was all the yelling. Yeah, I don't think he knows that. Yeah, it's bad luck otherwise, or some sort of superstition. But anyway, thank you everyone for watching. Keep me company today. Dan, hopefully Milo is being good, and the person that you wanted to win the snooker wins the snooker. Hopefully Carter, because awesome name. And everyone else, I will see you on Tuesday. Thank you for watching, and